It's a new day. I'm still here. You're here. But did you bring the bacon? It's mornings, LALATE. The toast is toasting. The butter is buttering. The Mitch ball has fallen and cannot get up. Clap on, clap off. Hopefully, it stays clapped off for the new year. I'm so excited you're here. This is Mornings LALATE. It's a new day, and yet two people are going to be hugging and kissing on the Senate floor. Well, not kissing. They are Mitch McConnell and Bernie Sanders, who are back on the Senate floor today, giving their best grumpy old man impersonation because there is heated action set for today amidst a new report, which I detailed last night, and I have it again in front of me, breaking developments across the board this morning. Thank you for joining me. This is Mornings LA. Hello and good morning to 2021. We made it. We are out of that horrible behemoth of a bad year for a lot of viewers, and we're starting the new year refreshed, awoken, and ready to rock and roll. Well, at least at least we have a Bloody Mary in our hand. So I'm so glad you're here. Make sure you subscribe to the front of this channel. 360,000 subscribers to start the new year. 80 million views in 8 months. We turned 8 months old just a few days ago on Christmas Day. And imagine what a year from now will look like. Who knows? And please subscribe. Also, hit the alert so you don't miss a video when I go live. I might be on location today, so that would be some exciting news. I figured out how to do some things more remotely, so that is exciting, and also like this video. In this video, I'm going to be going over everything. Everything. I'll be going over check routing times. I'm going to be going over unemployment issues. I'll be going over this shocking new report, which I detailed last night, about the scandal erupting over the $2,000 stimulus check and rich people getting a stimulus check. It's actually true. And how that could impair your attempt to get the $2,000 stimulus check. I'll be going over the $600 stimulus check. I'll be going over PPP and UI and PUA, EIDL, all that beautiful, delicious stuff. And I also am going to try to dedicate more time for questions because I certainly believe there's going to be a lot of questions starting to percolate today about money and where is it. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you start the new morning is that millions of more viewers are seeing the $600 stimulus check, the second stimulus check, appear or get indicated that it's going to appear or is arriving today. Some viewers on Instagram that I'm simulcast with right now said that they saw the $600 appear just this morning. Others said that they got alerts that the 600 will be there on June 6th. Some see that it is arriving shortly. Thank you, Stephanie, for the super chat. So Dawn just says, I got mine at 4 a.m. So this is really great news, and it shows that sometimes I'm wrong again. I presumed that you would not show posting of money on New Year's Day because it's not a bank holiday. But I guess what happens is that the money was transferred on a business on a banking day, which is yesterday, and that the alert that it's there is simply today, which you can still get alert on a non-banking day. I got mine at 3 a.m. I got mine at 11 a.m. So wow, a really great news. So you see it, more people getting it right now. One person asked me a very good question, said, I'm head of household. What could I stimulus check for me and my children? Absolutely. I assume the person had 2 children, single parent, so it'll be 600, 600, 600. You will get it for all 3 of you. I got mine at 6 a.m. I got mine at 3 a.m., 3:30. Wow. So this is all, you're seeing a lot of things happening. Mine is pending. It's going to be there January 4th. Big win kicking in. Wow, big morning for big win there. So I'm getting mine on the 4th, the Monday. So some people actually know I got mine on the 30th. So nothing for me yet. There you go. $600 for individual, married couple $1,200, child $600. Nothing for adult dependents. And this is all really incredible, great news. Not taken out for child support, not taken out for debt collections, not taken out for past debts. This is the $600. Now, let's turn to the next thing that's starting to post. In Pennsylvania, big gold star to the governor in Pennsylvania, they have absolutely now posted, which I think is the earliest indication I have seen yet of FPUC 2.0 to anyone's accounts. FPUC 1.0 is March to July. FPUC 2.0 is the second stimulus FPUC. That's going forward at $300 a week. And FPUC 3.0 will be Biden's FPUC retro at $600. It's not law yet. But FPUC 2.0, the $300 a week, people are in the Instagram rooms, and I heard this yesterday. Pennsylvania has now posted the first $300 to people's accounts for FPUC 2.0. So big applause to the governor in Pennsylvania. That is insanely fast. That is literally without a miss of a beat. Now, the big issue is when will ever other people get it? People are starting to ask me, when do you think my FPUC will post? If you have been with me since April 28th, and you knew when PUA and FPUC and UI originally went live, and you know how delayed your state was, you can sort of predict how delayed your state will be again. But if you're someone who got PUA, UI, or FPC like in May or something, after your state's computers were already churning around, then you may not have a sense of how delayed it is. So, for example, Georgia has nothing yet. California has nothing yet. California has one of the most modern computer systems, and so the delay is really not particularly clear as how big of a delay it is. I'm reporting, and I want you to make sure you hear me really loud and clear that the Department of Labor. Yeah, I know what the Department of Labor. The Department of Labor is telling everyone no delays. That's fine. That's the Department of Labor. I'm not worried about the Department of Labor. I'm worried about the states, because it has to go from the Department of Labor to the states and from the states to you. And so what I'm concerned about is the delay. So the last week of December, the first week of January, which we're now in, and the second week of January, those weeks could be delayed. I want you to be financially prepared for a delay of your FPUC, your UI, and PUA. If you are inactive, that shows it's delayed still. If you're active, you're not delayed. For FPUC, it goes on top of your UI and PUA, so you don't have to do anything about that. What you do have to do is certify for your UI or PUA benefits as soon as you can. Paper checks should be coming starting tomorrow. Wait, today's Friday, tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah, paper checks could be coming as early as tomorrow, and then could start coming early next week for the stimulus check, because I forgot to mention the stimulus check, the $600. So that's where we are then. The SNAP benefits, the 15% increase, 1.5 on people who are already on SNAP has already posted. So that's record fast. It was supposed to post before January 1st, but people saw it on the 31st. If you want to get the additional $114 for your child who would normally be in school, but the school is closed and they have to stay home and you have to feed them instead of the school feeding them, you can go get Pandemic EBIT by contacting Department of Agriculture, DOA, or 211 for your EBT and say, hi, my child's at home. I qualify for an additional $114 for my child per month because they're at home. I have to feed them because the school is closed. So go get that. If you're not on SNAP and want to get on SNAP, please do. DOA is telling people to get on it, and a lot of people qualify. FPUC, the $300 a week, does not count towards the income threshold for SNAP. So go get it. Your my PUA is saying expired. Someone else also said the word expired. Thank you, Sophia, for the question. I think they're paying more than a family of four. Yes, that is in fact correct. I see some viewers who are getting paid for a family of five. And so some viewers in a family of five are getting the amount. It looks like the interpretation that Treasury is doing is that you can go up to 4 dependents. So it looks like you can get 6 checks in one household. 600 for the parents and 4 checks for if you have 4 kids. So you can get $3,600 if you're a married couple with 4 kids. If you're a single parent, it looks like you could have, if you're a single parent with 4 kids, you can get 5 checks as well. So it looks like they're paying more in the household than the original interpretation of the bill. When will the increase in benefits appear? Asked Lady Diva in the Instagram room. It should appear already. Viewers saw it occurring on the December 31st. If it has not appeared, reach out to Snap right away. Get Snap right away. It is wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. In Hawaii, a family of four could get up to $1,400 a month for a family of four for Snap. It's just great. The next thing you will see coming on Monday or Tuesday will be the opening of PPP, the opening of the EIDL grant for the inner city, the opening of the stimulus for farmers and ranchers, and that likely may be SBA.gov for them as well. And then you're going to start seeing of a lot of other things percolate. At the 10-minute mark, now let me cut back to what's going on with the $2,000 stimulus check. I'll have another update at the 15-minute mark. And thank you for the 1,500 people in the room. Wow. If you've not subscribed, please do. The big shocking development today is that there is a big deadline. And the deadline in the Senate is the defense bill. The defense bill has to get passed, or the U.S. economy will have no defense bill for the first time to fund the U.S. defense military in 60 years. By all accounts, it may not get done. The routing times, the times that they vote, the way to block the vote is confusing and conflicting based upon who you read. It looks like they could cue the vote today, and then it would go into argument for 2 days, and then the vote would happen on a Sunday. So the calling of the vote may not be blocked today, but the actual vote may be called by Sunday, and by Sunday it may be too late. By all accounts, it expires today. If it's blocked for expiring today, then that means they may set up the $2,000 stimulus check today. Let me say this another way. They're using the $2,000 stimulus check as sort of like a sumo wrestler blocking the entrance to a nightclub. And the $2,000 stimulus check is like here, and they're trying to block the vote on the defense bill today with the $2,000 stimulus check. There's two variables you got to remember, is that if there's a problem with the $2,000 stimulus, and I haven't explained this clearly before, so I'm going to explain it clearly now. My apologies. If there's a problem with the Cash Act, the $2,000 stimulus check bill, and there's a problem with it and they want to revise it, they really can't at this point. Why? Because the House is not in session. The House is not in session. So if they say, oh, we want to change line 1, well, they can't send it back to the House because the House ain't there. The new Congress is sworn in this Sunday. And so if someone has a problem with the Cash Act, it can't get done. It can't get changed, the language, because the House is not in session. There's a bigger problem. There's a bigger problem. The other problem is that, well, they can amend it in the Senate, but they got to get the House to accept the amendment. And the House is not in session. And the House is believed to the bill may expire by the time in which the House comes back into session. Very confusing. But the other thing that is the bigger issue about logistically amending it is that they may not want to amend it. Let me explain to you this report. The shocking report overnight, detailed first on this channel on LALATE. It verifies Mitch McConnell's claim that the Cash Act has been poorly written and as a matter of fact cannot be approved. A new report out of the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, a nonpartisan group, looked at it to determine whether Mitch McConnell's claim that it's socialism for rich people, is that correct or is that false? The report says it's correct. It's correct. The analysis by the nonprofit group shows that Nancy Pelosi made a mistake in drafting the bill so that rich people get stimulus checks. And here are the numbers. If the household's income was $350,000 last year, they would get a $4,000 stimulus check. If the household made $300,000 last year, the household may get a $6,500 stimulus check. And if the household last year made $250,000, the household would get up to a $9,000 stimulus check. $9,000 stimulus check for $250,000 in income last year. This is absolutely insane. Again, this is verified. It is not conjecture. It's not gossip. It's true. So someone in writing the language of the Cash Act messed up royally. How did they mess up? Let me explain to you how they messed up. Every bill that I detail on second stimulus has step ups. When I say you're getting a second stimulus check because the president signed into law on Sunday, if you made $75,000 or less, 2019. When I say $75,000 or less, 2019, I'm being vague about how the bill is written. The bill actually does still pay you a stimulus check if you made $76,000 or $77,000, but you're not getting $600. You're getting $590. You're getting $580. You're getting $520. This check gets smaller as it goes up. As the second stimulus package says, if you made over $75,000, we'll give you a stimulus check, but it'll get smaller. But at some point, it's what called phases out. At some point, you don't get a second stimulus check at all. Under the second stimulus package, which the president signed into law last Sunday, a married couple would not get a stimulus check if they made over $174,000. And then a married couple with 3 kids would not get a stimulus check if they made $210,000. Nancy messed up. She said, no, we're going to keep on paying them. If you made higher, we're still going to pay them. And the problem is that she did not phase it out fast enough. Obviously, there's someone in the group of Nancy's group that did not have a calculator. Let me read to you what the report says. With the current law, the second stimulus package of $600 per person, the phase out works. For example, payments would stop at a married couple without kids, $174,000, and a couple with 3 kids, it would phase out at $210,000. But the Cash Act makes a mistake. Cash Act continues to pay people $2,000 a pay per person without phasing out. Under the Cash Act, a couple without children making $230,000 would receive benefits. In fact, a family making $250,000 would receive $5,000. Bottom line, big mistake. They have a big mistake. I think you get the point. I don't need to hit it any harder. The bill is a blunder. It's a big blunder. And as I see some of the comments on the screen, what do you think? Do you think Nancy knew the mistake or didn't know the mistake? Drop your comments on the screen. Did Nancy know she was making this mistake, or did she not know she was making the mistake? Did she know she was paying people? Yes, says Susie. Yes or no? Do you think Nancy knew? Said someone else. She knew. She knew it. She knew it. Yes, she knew it. Yeah, oh my goodness. Everyone. No, it's a mistake. She knew it. Yes, she knew it. She knew it. Wow. Instagram room. Of course she knew. She knew. Wow. So the viewers in the room say that Nancy Pelosi absolutely knew what she was doing. This is shocking. And by the way, if you're wondering, Nancy Pelosi's salary falls within this guidelines. I don't know how many children, well, her children are grown now. So under these guidelines, Nancy Pelosi would get a stimulus check. Yeah, there you go. She's writing a bill, so she gets the stimulus check. So viewers called. So Mitch McConnell's words yesterday were all right. And who started this push? Susan Collins. Susan Collins said there's a mistake. Susan Collins said there's a mistake. And Bernie Sanders, he's going to be eating crow because Bernie Sanders said no. This is what Bernie Sanders said. Virtually nothing in the bill goes to very, very rich people. The overwhelming majority of those funds go to the middle class, the working class, the low-income people who in the midst of the pandemic are in desperate economic conditions. That's what Bernie Sanders said. McConnell said, no, Bernie, $350,000 last year is not poverty level. It's not the middle class, not even in Vermont. $350,000 a year is not poverty level, Bernie. Sorry, Bernie, that's not low income. It's not even low income in the Bahamas, in Grand Cayman, Bahamas, or the Principality of Monaco, $350,000. Maybe the Principality of Monaco, it's low income, $350,000, 2019. But no, Bernie, you made a mistake. Nancy set you on, just really butchered it. So the likelihood of Cash Act getting passed, thank you, Mel, for the super checker, Mike. The likelihood of the Cash Act getting passed, it's going from here to just sort of shrinking. The likelihood of this bill getting passed is just getting worse by the minute, because they Nancy messed up. So yeah, they can fix it. They can fix it, but they can't fix it now. So don't expect a $2,000 stimulus check going out today or tomorrow. Don't you know, they have to fix it, but they can't physically fix it now. So at some point, broadcast news is going to start picking this up and say, "Hey, there's a mistake." And Bernie, if Bernie's defending this mistake, he's going to look really ridiculous. And at some point, he's going to realize he's defending a flawed bill. And there you go. You want to stop the national defense because you're defending a flawed bill? Then who else is having a problem this morning? Josh Hawley. Josh Hawley's also having a big problem. Oh, we're at the 21-minute mark. When does the House come back in session? Next week with a new House. It will be a brand new House because they're sworn in this Sunday. Now that the 21-minute mark, let me give you an update with 2,000 people in the room. Sorry, I'm a little bit late giving you the update. Thank you for joining me. It's Mornings LALATE. It's 2021, and thank you for joining me on a new year, new day. I'm here, you're here. And do you have the butter for me with the bacon? Boy, what a day it is, as $600 stimulus checks are starting to still land in people's accounts today. Even though today is not a banking day, thank you, Jamie, for the super chat. Even though today is a banking holiday, viewers are showing the $600 pending in their accounts today. So congratulations. That will continue tomorrow because tomorrow is not a banking holiday. So congratulations. But the big shocker is the $2,000 stimulus check battle will get to full storm today as attempt to block a budget bill for the U.S. military will go to full storm. The budget bill for the military is about to expire. The block is about to hit today. And the proponents behind blocking the $2,000 stimulus check are in trouble. Bernie and Josh. First, Bernie's in trouble because he said the stimulus check bill for $2,000, the Cash Act, thank you, Kyle. He says the Cash Act is a check for middle to low income people. Thank you, funny person 2551. The Cash Act is a stimulus bill for low income people. It's not, because it gives $9,000 to people who made $350,000 last year. Who did that math? Larry Kudlow is not to blame. This is Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi did not have her calculator. It is too hard, too late. And thank you, Randy, for the super chat. It is too, Becky Jones. Thank you, Becky Jones, for the super chat. It's too late, too hard, and too confusing to now revise the Cash Act, and it will likely expire, the Cash Act, if anyone really wakes up, like Susan Collins, who called it out first, to realize this is a flawed bill. No one in the Republican Party will ever pass a bill that gives $9,000 to rich people. Of course, the flip side to this is, what do the Republicans do? They cut the corporate taxes to rich people. So it is sort of contradictory. Thank you, Saint. There you go. Does Mitch's lobster bill have a likelihood to pass? She just asked. Yes. So if Mitch took his no, it doesn't. No, Mitch's lobster bill doesn't have a likelihood to pass. Why? Because the House is not in session. When the House is not in session, everything is just, remember, it has to go to the House and Senate and sign on the president's table. So now Josh Hawley with 23 at the 23-minute mark. Did Pelosi do this on purpose? Asked Sharon. I asked that question early in this video, and everyone said yes. Everyone said yes. Stephanie just said yes. Nancy did this on purpose. She went a stimulus check for herself because she now qualifies, actually. So what happens next with Josh Hawley? Josh Hawley is literally becoming the stepchild of the Republican Party. They are not liking him. There is a series of reports out today and last night with Josh Hawley as the lead picture on major news sites. This is a person that no one knew who he was 2 weeks ago. There's allegations that Josh Hawley is trying to tap into the Trump donor movement and get their moolah ready for his campaign pockets to run for president 2 years by doing crazy antics. And among the crazy antics are an attempt to do an invalidation of the Biden vote next Wednesday. McConnell is so angry about this, angry about Josh Hawley, that he asked Josh Hawley to appear on a conference call yesterday with Pat Toomey. Thank you, David, for the super chat. With Pat Toomey and others, the Republican leadership in the Senate said, Josh, what are you doing? You're acting like a buffoon. Can you tell me what you're doing? I don't see procedurally how you can do this. So they asked it, scheduled it, and guess what happened? Josh didn't appear. Josh did not appear. Josh did not appear. Josh flaked on Mitch, flaked on Pat Toomey, and then they started issuing press releases saying, this guy is just really out there. And so I see some of the comments in the room with people saying you like his appearances, but so far his ideas are not getting good like. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because he is one of the advocates for your stimulus check. But next week he's the advocate to go after Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. He is the advocate to invalidate the entire congressional Senate. He's the advocate to do some really, as Chuck Schumer would say, right-wing wacko stuff. and so yeah, he is turning into the AOC of the Senate, but it's hurting the bank. It is hurting the push to back your stimulus check. So you have Bernie on one side that's backing a bill that gives rich people a stimulus check, and you have Josh on the other side, who is pissing off everyone. So the likelihood of the Cash Act being passed, it's getting really small by the minute. And there you go. So please do not sit back and think that $2,000 stimulus is coming soon. Now, what I do want you to get ready for is state stimulus. One of the most important messages I want to give you at the 26-minute mark, and I'll answer some questions right now, is I want you to get that free rent, that free utilities, that free food. I want you to go to the community page, news.lalate.com/community. That's news.lalate.com/community. Not one, but two community volunteers and myself are deeply worried that viewers got the $600 stimulus check and have not followed through and trying to get free state stimulus when it's there. Free rent, free utilities. I want you to go get it. They're reporting that they would normally get 50 people per day asking them for help, and they're getting less than one. And this is as viewership of this channel goes through the roof. So it shows that people are getting a $600 stimulus check and say, I'm fine, I have $600. I don't need to worry about my rent. I'll deal with it in January. I want you to please reach out to them right now and ask them for help, because they are, I'm worried, and they are too. And with that, let me answer any of your questions you have about your second stimulus or your Bernie stimulus. Any questions you have, or unemployment. Watch Pence. Okay, I will watch Pence. I had $2,000 UI left, said expired. Yes, so everyone is going on expiration. Anyone who's going on expiration will get reactivated. So you will go from inactive back to active. If I got an SBA loan, can I still get the grant? Great question, Kyle. Yes. So if you are one of my newer viewers who got the loan but never got the grant, you will get the grant. Great question. Can you get help for rent if you aren't behind? Yes, great question. You can, Vanessa. Absolutely. Can you get... I can't find the community helpers. That's news.lalate.com/community. If you open the pinned comment to this video, the very last line has a link. My extended benefits ended. What can I do? You don't have to do anything. They will be reactivated, going from inactive to active by your state in just a few days. Stay with your state. I'm talking about that subject matter every video, so stay with me as well. Where do I sign up for food? 211, call 211, or go to the Department of Agriculture, DOA's website, for SNAP. UI is empty. It will go from inactive to active. Is New York going to send out a stimulus check? No, but New York has rent. Go get the New York rent, free rent. I'm on SSI. Am I eligible for rent? You are, Aaron. Absolutely. Go get it. Do you think, oh, now the questions are coming fast. Do you think a cash bill will be drawn by the new upcoming Congress? Yes, absolutely. Um, do you think oh, I just answered that question. I live in Puerto Rico. Who should I address at Congress? Um, you can address anyone that's on the floor and the Senate the next 2 days. Absolutely. Can they redo the Cash Act bill? Oh, absolutely. They can just do a brand new bill, Cash Act 2021. Absolutely. Mitch wants to make some changes. He does want to make some changes. Can they rewrite the Cash Act bill? Thank you for the super chat. Yes, but not currently because the House is closed. How would I receive the SNAP amount? Go to 211 or go to DOA and apply. How do you get the rent? Go to the community volunteers, news.lalate.com/community, and watch Purple and Purple Power Live every day on this channel. That goes over rent. Purple, which is on afternoons at LA, and Purple Power Live at 7 o'clock. How do I get the EIDL grant? Coming up in January. When will the $400 become active in Maryland? You mean the $300? We don't know. These things are going to get delayed a few weeks or a month. What's website for rent? There is no website for rent. If we're talking about the second stimulus rent, there is no website. If we're talking about the rent I want you to get now, between now and the second 2 weeks of January, there is no one website for the entire country. It's location by location. Watch Purple from yesterday on this channel. It's on afternoons LA, and also go to the community and volunteers and reach out to them. They will help you. How do I get the grant after I receive the loan? We will see the details of that in January. You may not have to do anything. It may be automatic. My UI says waiting with Fed directions. Yes, so all these things are going to get changed. Just stay calm. Did the Mitch ball drop? It did drop. There it is. It's on the front. The Mitch ball dropped. Will the Social Security beneficiaries receive the $200 in January? No, in February, retro to January, because they're not going to pass it that fast. They're going to take a couple of weeks to pass it. And there you go. Thank you for joining me. 2,000 people in the room. Student loans, that they still have to start being paid, but wait for late January because we're gonna have big surprises with that as well. Thank you for joining me on Morning to LA. See you next time on noon time on LA. As always, thank you for subscribing. If you've not, go to the first channel, subscribe. Hit the alert button so you don't miss a new video when I go live, and also like this video. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and see you at noon, and save LA for more.